This video is to help you with the role that you fulfil in your parish as Parish Safeguarding Rep, and particularly around arranging the DBS applications and sending them the post to me. And in fact we're starting at that very end of your process, sending it to me. And while that may seem a little bit peculiar to start there, in fact that's the area that we get most queries and most errors, so it's worth having another look at that. And I'm really aware that after you've been trained initially, it may be some time until you actually have to do it. And also, I never get a chance to come back and refresh you. So I'm aware that you're relying on printed information in your memories often. So I'm hoping that this video will refresh your knowledge and be helpful to you. So let's imagine that you're at the stage where you've gathered all the paperwork together, you've seen your volunteer and you're ready to put it all in an envelope and send it to me. So the first thing you have is the purple form. Of course, if you're using eBulk, you won't have this form, but in the majority of cases you'll have the purple form filled in. The second form you need is the DBS 17. DBS 17 records the volunteer's consent to allow us to process and store their personal data, so it's a very important form. Then you will have the DBS 3A. This form is the one that you and the volunteer have signed to say that you've checked and verified their ID documents. And along with that form, I need photocopies of the documents that they have shown you. If you can get them all onto one piece of paper, as I have here, that's excellent. It saves on postage costs. But anywhere they come, I need those photocopies. And finally, the DBS form, which is the confidential form that the volunteer has filled in, answering those 3 questions that may affect their employment with us in the parish or the diocese. And if you remember, you will have given them an envelope to bring back with their DBS 4 sealed inside, so that you don't see what they've answered, and it's between them and me. It doesn't matter if they don't put it in an envelope and they come and wave it at you, that's absolutely fine, but give them an envelope in order that they have the opportunity to do it confidentially. So, let's go through that again. The purple form, the DBS 17, the DBS 3A, and the photocopies, and the DBS 4 in an envelope if they've given you it in an envelope. What I don't need is the DBS 1, which is the volunteer registration form, and the references that you've got as a result of that form. Those and the Code of Conduct form that the volunteer has signed to stay with you, they form your parish records and you keep them securely in the parish. I really don't have anything I need to do with those, and I'll just send them back to you, and again, it's unnecessary postage. So, let's have a look at the envelope you're going to send this bundle to me in. First of all, make sure, of course, that my address is clearly marked on the front of the envelope. And please check the weight of your envelope, because as you know, postage charge is different depending on the weight of the envelope. Normally you will be unlikely to get away with anything under a second-class large stamp. And I often have to go to the sorting office and pay a fine of £1.50 for post that arrives with them overweight and underpaid. Because this is personal data, I add a few security options. One is that I put private and confidential on the form, on the envelope I should say. The second is that I put the sender's address on the back of the form. One of the main reasons in this country why post goes astray is because some things happen to the main address and there's nowhere to send the envelope back to. The post office have a large warehouse in Belfast where these things get sent and then they really are lost for posterity. So please put at least your house number or name and your postcode on the back. Thinking about postage, if you are happy to do so, then I'm very happy for it to be a simple standard postal charge. And the reason why I say that is because the government are very happy to send the DBS certificate back in the normal post, which is personal data, and what is good enough for them is good enough for us. But if you are happier or your volunteer is happier to have something signed for or another security enhancement, then by all means do that. So, put all those bundle of paperwork into the envelope and send it to me. So, when it arrives at my home address, which is where we process these forms, it's a very simple process here. We have an inbox and we put them in the inbox until we process them within a few days. So if you haven't received an email acknowledgement saying that we've managed to process them within a few days, by all means contact us and check that everything's as it should be. Once the paperwork has been processed, we send it off to DBS. When the certificate arrives back with the applicant, and we're aware of that, we then shred the photocopies of the ID documents. And each of the other forms has a retention deadline that we adhere to. So you can be confident when you say to your applicants that we process the personal data securely and appropriately and only as long as we need to do so. So that is the end of this video and I'm going to sign off now. I hope it's been helpful and thank you so much for all you're doing for your parish and for the diocese in this way.